Viewing it.
Too bad. And it's live. Welcome to episode 4 of Comic Crunch. Sorry for the delay there. I had some technical issues, but welcome, guys. Thank you very much. And we have a few people with us already. And Abunaha is asking about the Lenovo Y50, Y70. I will drop the link for the review there for you so you can check it out. But anyway, let's kick things off this week. There's a lot of stuff going on. News-wise, as well as also shows. But to start off with the first news, the Batman theme dropped, I think, yesterday, at least part of it. So like a minute, 3 seconds. Have you taken a listen to it?
No.
Yeah, you don't care. You're just waiting for the movie, aren't you?
Yeah.
I know. Anytime I mention Batman v Superman, you're like, the movie should just get here already. That's your standard answer.
Dude, I'm more looking forward to Deadpool. All the great reviews. Ooh, Friday can't get here soon enough.
Yeah, I mean, Deadpool is going to be great. I know Deadpool is going to be good, but I mean, for me, because I know like Deadpool, what's it called again? Ryan Reynolds. This is his last chance to come back, especially just after all that he's gone through. And he was always the perfect guy for this character, you know? So, like, I can't wait to see it. But check it out. I will leave the SoundCloud link for the Batman theme. I like it. It does not sound like your traditional Batman theme. Okay. It sounds like an older Batman theme. Like
good. Like, he's an older Batman.
I mean, it sounds very aggressive.
Well, this Batman's aggressive too.
Yeah, it sounds very aggressive. It sounds like he's about to go to war more than anything else in this. So I'm gonna drop it right here for you guys. So boom, saved. So definitely check it out. In other news this week, what else came up?
Elizabeth Banks casted as Rita Repulsa.
Yes. If you don't know Elizabeth Banks, she is the costume lady in the Hunger Games series. She's the one that did, the costume, the makeup for Katniss. She's a very good actress, and for Rita Repulsa, I say yes. I like it. I mean, if you grew up with Power Rangers and you watched it, especially the first one, the very first series in the US, yeah, she definitely fits the bill. So I'll say yes. Your thoughts?
It's cool. I'm cool with it. I'm looking forward. I mean, just give me a movie.
All right, moving on here. More Batman v Superman. I think I'm just gonna hit everything out here. So Zack Snyder has been doing a lot of interviews. Movies coming out, and he talked about the role of the Justice League, which anyone with any common sense knew this from the very beginning. He says, "I think it's weird, but I think it made a lot of sense because I feel that." This is about. I read a wrong quote here. He says, "I really feel like this movie, in terms of the Justice League characters go, is very small roles. It's a whisper that they exist, except Wonder Woman. We see her pretty well, but the movie is about Batman versus Superman." So a lot of people were afraid just because we heard that, you're going to probably see the Flash, we're going to see Aquaman, all that stuff, not understanding that those are cameos or end credit scenes, like it's not going to be part of the whole movie. Did you think it was part of the whole movie? Did you just think it was just going to be like end credits?
There'll be parts of the movie. I mean, they're going to be in the movie one way or another,
but not to a large degree, of course.
No, it'll be more like he said, cameos. Oh. Everything's going to be a cameo with the exception of Wonder Woman.
That is true. Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things a lot of people say made that point. He also made another statement pertaining to Superman, and he was asked if he had changed Superman, and he said, "Look, I haven't changed Superman one bit. This is the same Superman in the comics that I grew up with. This is not Superman from the cinematic universe who, if you're going through that path, it's a little different." So this goes to the point I've been saying all along that, when people are like, Superman's a little mean, I'm like, no, if you read Superman comic books, this is Superman that he is. I mean, he's not mean, but he's very steadfast. So To me, those statements make a lot of sense.
Makes sense to me too. I mean, quit your whining, deal with it, roll, enjoy the fact that we got a more serious tone Superman, not the Christopher Reeve Superman from the '80s, which was fine, but he
Back
was
then,
goofy and playful.
yeah, that's true. It's very true. All right, some movie news in terms of blockbusters. Star Wars is going to pass 900 million US, which would be the biggest ever in US history, and is going to hit 2 billion, I think, either today or tomorrow. So
Tomorrow.
okay, yeah. So tomorrow it's going to do that. So it's going to be 2 billion globally. Still puts it at number 3, but it has a chance of passing. What's the number 2 movie?
No, Titanic.
Passing Titanic. So it has a possibility of doing that because Titanic is 2.17 billion and it's at 2 billion. So $175 million in the next month. It can definitely do that. I can see it.
Yep.
Yeah. So that would be cool. It's nice to see. I just want to see Titanic drop low on that list. As far as
I'm just curious to know, has it opened yet in Japan?
You can check while we keep
because I don't recall this movie opening in Japan yet, just China and other parts of the world.
Yeah, but China, I mean, like, yeah, fine. It opened in Japan. It'll probably make in lifetime Japan 50 million, I'm thinking. So 50, I think 50, yeah. Meanwhile,
Japan loves this movie.
In terms of opening, Batman v Superman is opening on the 25th in China, the very same day. So those numbers are going to look pretty big for that weekend worldwide.
Well, that's if the Chinese market really cares for them, Batman and Superman.
Man of Steel did very well internationally, and also in China too.
Well, like I said,
it does. I mean,
if it doesn't appeal to the Chinese market, they won't go.
Yeah. But I mean, to me, the confidence that they're putting in it that day, it seems like they're getting good feedback. And we heard that it's tracking at $154 million opening, but estimates it might be higher. Most likely, I say, I mean, maybe we should do this now. I say it's going to open up at 200 million that weekend. What do you think?
I agree.
Yeah,
it ain't doing Star Wars numbers.
No, Star Wars was 240. No. It's not.
I don't think there's going to ever be a movie to pull that off.
Episode 9.
Not even, because they've already said that they're going to keep going.
No. But what it is that episode 9 is going to be the end of the trilogy, right? And then they're going to hype it up as being like, this is the end of like the Skywalker family line storyline.
Bullshit.
Of course we know that, but I'm just saying. And everyone's like, oh, okay, it's going to end.
Half the world will be like, bullshit.
Uche says, you miss me? I'm back. Just saying hi. Go on. Let me sit back and eat some popcorn. What's up, man?
Enjoy.
Jackie says 1 month away from B versus S is going to be history in the making. Yes, Jackie. Thank you very much. Somebody's with me with that like excitement. I'm pumped. I can't wait for it. I mean, I shared with you a fan-made mashup trailer earlier today. It was actually pretty good, right?
Oh, that was fan-made?
Yeah, it was fan-made. Oh,
shit. That was actually hot.
Yeah, they just took different parts from the trailer, from the DC special, added in there, mixed the voiceover. It was I'll put the link up for the trailer also with the video so you guys can check it out. In other news this week, what else do we have?
Veronica Diaz casted on Fear the Walking Dead season 2.
Same thing with Dougray Scott. Dougray Scott was the bad guy in Mission Impossible 2.
And let's see. There was an 18-second teaser to Fear the Walking Dead, which I was like, yes. Because if you've been watching The Walking Dead, they have been doing the little web series.
Mm-hmm.
And in the teaser, towards the end of the teaser, there's a plane flying over the ocean, and it makes me wonder if that plane is going to crash land into the ocean, because that plane is connected to season 2.
Okay, all right. I mean, I have to finish up on Fear the Walking Dead, but we'll get to that in TV shows.
That's only 6 episodes, man.
I know. I'll finish it. Don't worry, I'll finish it.
It's on Hulu, just in case.
I know it's on Hulu. Speaking of TV shows, finally they announced come March. So basically, DC is making March its month. come March, you're going to have the crossover between Flash and Supergirl, and Flash is going to cross over into Supergirl's world.
Yes.
So that's going to be dope. That is going to be really dope. I mean, part of the reason is budgetary concerns because Supergirl has a bigger budget, so bringing Flash over makes sense. And her coming to CW, the budget is smaller, so I can see that. But anyway,
ain't that a crock of bullshit?
No, I mean, no, it is though. I mean, the budgets are, I agree, are different, but also in terms of storylines, Flash is the only one who can cross multiverses anyway. So he has to go there to meet her first before bringing her back over in case of anything, you know. So,
but I want to see how they just pull this off. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'll like it. I just want to see how they're gonna pull this one off.
Oh yeah, I think they will be able to pull it off.
Oh, I know they could pull it off because remember, he could go through time and multiple universes. I just want to see how they pull this off.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. I feel you on that one. For fans of Gotham, Mr. Freeze is showing up.
God, who cares?
Also, they should release images of young Superman in Supergirl episode, which is cool because now we know that this is a sort of like a dream sequence more than anything else.
Yeah, because she got that big lotus plant on her belly.
Yeah, Superman had that. I mean, basically, they've taken a lot of Superman stories, which is fine by me as long as it works well. Michael Pitt, who was in the show Boardwalk Empire for the first 2 seasons, is cast as the Laughing Man in Scarlett Johansson's Ghost in the Shell. And that is going to start shooting pretty soon. So that'd be interesting. Now, I know a lot of people have complained that start casting Scarlett Johansson in Ghost in the Shell for a character that is not Asian. I know some people have gone pissy about that. This is my own viewpoint I'm going to put out here. When I watch Ghost in the Shell, the character didn't look Asian to me. That's all. I'm just going to put it that way. Especially even in the sequels, the way the characters are drawn anyway, it's not like it's Dragon Ball Z where Goku looks a certain way. You know what I mean? So I'm fine with Scarlett Johansson in it anyway.
I'll keep my comment out to Goku to myself.
So yeah, and then also big casting rumors for the X-Men spin-off TV show Legion. So there are 2 shows that actually Fox is working on, Legion and FX, which is owned by Fox, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Legion and
Hellfire Club.
Hellfire Club has been delayed because the script has been rewritten. Legion is basically a story about Professor X's son. His name is Legion. He has kinetic powers. He's schizophrenic, all that fun jazz. But a few people have been cast in that: Dan Stevens, Aubrey Plaza, and Gene Smart. So Dan Stevens was in The Guest, aka also he was in Downton Abbey. If you watch Downton Abbey, he was in there. Aubrey Plaza was in Parks and Recs, and Gene Smart was in Fargo. So that's moving on. But what this means to me, though, what's actually the big implication here is that remember the rumors of the deals of Fox working with Marvel so they can do a TV show. They could do shows of X-Men characters because they didn't have the rights to that. They had movie rights. I think Fantastic Four hasn't gone back to to Disney, but sort of like the same Sony deal. And this is me just stating out here. You're going to see the Fantastic Four in Infinity Wars Part 2.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
They haven't been introduced.
That's the introduction. And then they have their movie.
So you're going to introduce the first family
and the
save the Earth type scenario?
Oh, yeah. They have 65 characters in the first one, okay?
That was speculation. That doesn't necessarily mean it's true.
No, it is true. It is true. They have 65 characters. I mean, the director tried to skate around it, meaning it's true. It's just simple. Whenever they try to go, well, it just means a summation of characters and blah, 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 blah. You know,
well, like they said, it's a bunch of low-level characters.
It's 65 characters. 65.
So basically, that's the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. crew, a few other little crew.
Yeah, I guess. It's going to be little crews here and there. Moving on, and of course, the first 5 new Ghostbusters images showed up this week, including
Blah blah blah.
Chris Hemsworth as the secretary. So that's also some new stuff there. Let's see, any more questions? Okay, any questions here? Let's see. Jackie says DC equals March Madness, baby. Yep. YouTube is the best. Says, is the warranty on the OnePlus X any good? I did not review the OnePlus X at all this year.
Garbage.
African Audi Tech says, what's up, Booredatwork? What's up, man? Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it in the news. Anything else in the news section?
Can't remember.
Really?
Hey, Finn is back to work.
Who?
Finn. John Boyega.
Oh, yeah,
He's
that's
back.
right.
He's hitting the gym, getting ripped, doing some sword fighting.
Yes.
Getting ready. They're supposed to start shooting next week.
True. Everybody's, I mean, pretty much between February and April, everyone's going to start shooting. Like Justice League starts shooting already started production. Shooting starts in April. What else is starting?
Superman started his diet again.
Oh yeah, he posted a photo of himself on Instagram. Bastard.
I don't follow him on Instagram, so I wouldn't know.
No, I just saw it right now. Like right before we started, I was like, yeah. Jonathan Jones, how do you like Legends of Tomorrow? Liking the show. We'll get to that in a second. So that's
the last one we review.
Yeah, so let us kick things off with the shows of the week. Starting off with number 1 show, Supergirl.
Yeah.
How do you like the episode?
It was a good one. It was fun, good. It's getting there. She broke her husband's heart, but what can she do?
Husband's heart?
That's her real life husband.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
Dude, they're the Glee band.
Oh, no wonder. I like the episode too. I was disappointed with some of the fights in the episode because the fights in this show have been getting better. Like, this is me. If you know me, I will always complain about fight scenes in movies if they're not good. I grew up with kung fu movies, man. I grew up with a lot of solid kung fu movies. Great fight scenes. So
that's a high standard to hold movies to.
I don't care. I mean,
it's not an equal playing field.
I don't care. But I didn't like some of the handling of Bizarro, but I liked the episode overall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a little off with Bizarro, and
it was a little cheesy, but it was okay to watch.
Yeah. Although the whole idea with locking up Maxwell Lord doesn't make any sense, but I mean, I get it. You just can't keep him there for a while. That's a problem.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, it's good. It was a good episode. Next week's episode is with oh my god, what's the name of the creature? If you've watched Superman animated series, Superman also, it's actually in the animated series. It's a I think it's Man of Tomorrow, Man of the Future is the comic book series that's from. Shoot, I can't remember exactly, but they're using a lot of Superman storylines and villains, which is fine. What do you say?
Let's be real. Arrow's using Batman's villains. Supergirl might as well use some of Superman's villains because they're never going to bring these people to the small screen. So.
Yeah, true. And Flash doesn't need to use anybody else's. He's got his own.
Honestly, these week's episodes have really. Oh man.
No, we'll get to this episode. To get to the episode. So
I take it you didn't do Lucifer.
No, I didn't do Lucifer. I skipped Lucifer. I mean, I'll watch it again this weekend, but
Lucifer's fun. I don't know. I just find his wit, his one-liners to be hilarious.
See,
with this week's episode, he told the little girl to fetch a doll like if she was a dog.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. To me, the problem is the writing of the show. I mean, for the fact that I feel Supernatural is darker than that is a problem. From the first, I mean, I watched Supernatural. I've been watching Supernatural for the last 10, 11 seasons. And Supernatural just feels, I want Lucifer to feel dark enough where I'm thinking that Lucifer might go back to hell at some point or become very evil again. But to me, he comes off as a dude that is just a funny jerk. He's good, he's funny, but I just don't buy it. That's my problem with Lucifer. I'm not buying it at all.
See, we review the show on Tuesday nights
Yeah.
on another channel, and the lead host is like, he's getting a little upset that it's more of a procedural.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
That word.
you just got me there.
And he wanted to have more of an arc. And like I was telling him, I think the producer from the first episode is going to be the arc, because they touched on him again in the second episode. I think the people that he reveals himself to are going to somehow piece together the arc.
Yeah, I mean, I'll look at it this way, right? If you're gonna do a show like Lucifer, the honest truth is there are two shows you need to copy. It's Grimm and it's Supernatural. Those are two shows who have done the underworld, darkness, religion, all those ties in so well. I mean, I don't want to go back to just referencing Supernatural because I watched that a lot. Is that Supernatural went from only having demons in the show for like 6 seasons, and then they brought in angels, and they mentioned God, and I was like, this show is gonna suck. And then you find that the angels are technically just as bad. They're worse. They don't like human beings. You know, they consider us monkeys, and I mean, like all that kind of stuff. And you're like, and they just have to do because God says they should protect them. And then you find out that God's missing. Not that he's dead. He left.
Well, God took a break. Now Lucifer's taking a break.
And then you're like, and then there's all this stuff going on. You're like, wow, how are we going to solve this? And then, of course, the Winchester brothers always find a way. But I mean, I'll watch it this weekend again. I'll see how this episode is. I would give it probably 4 episodes. If it doesn't, then I'm done.
Okay, at least you're giving it 4.
Yeah. Jonathan Jones says, I never thought in a million years. I never thought Supernatural would last that long, but it was Supernatural came out around the same time as Smallville. I actually only watched Smallville. My boy used to watch both. And he's like, gotta watch Supernatural. And I didn't even watch the first 2 seasons. I started in season 3. And I just got hooked on the show. And I just kind of went on from there. And it's a show where I watch Supernatural now as a binge because I've watched it for so long. I watched the first 11 episodes during the Christmas break, and I just kind of binge it through. Then I wait for it to finish again, then I binge it through again. Because if I watch it episode by episode, it won't happen. Just like our next show, Expanse, which had actually 2 episodes.
Yeah, I only watched the first one.
Episode 9 and 10. Now, I had no idea Expanse was from a book. Now, if you know anything about Expanse, it's on Sci-Fi Channel. Definitely check it out. This is probably one of the best sci-fi shows in the last, look, since Battlestar Galactica. Let me just put it this way. If you followed me on Twitter, you know that I've been binging on Battlestar Galactica since it snowed. The last time it snowed. And I just finished it when it snowed today. I finished it 2 days ago, but I just realized there was a movie, so I started watching the movie.
Which one?
The Plan.
The what?
Battlestar Galactica: The Plan. There's like a 2-hour the TV movie.
Oh, the one where they introduced the one ship?
Yeah, I think so. I'm only like, I can't remember. I'm like 15 minutes in.
You got that movie, and then there's also one with a young what's his commander? What's his name?
Apollo?
No, not his father.
Adama.
He had the blood and chrome. Something of that nature. I believe I have it.
Yeah.
There's a movie.
I've watched Blood and Chrome. Blood and Chrome was cool. It was.
Yeah, I like that one.
But I'm gonna definitely do my Throwback Thursday video on that. But Expanse is such a good show. I swear to God, they don't show a lot in that show, man. For crying out loud, they really don't.
But it keeps you hooked.
If you watch episode 9, you haven't watched 10. When you watch episode 10, right, you realize that they didn't show anything in episode 9.
Dude, well, they did. They showed the girl's backstory a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, they did. My bad. Sorry, they did.
But the way episode 9 ended, I was like, fuck, I want more.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to spoil it for you. Expanse is based off a book. I can't remember the name. The Indian lady is going to be a very crucial character. She actually shows up in the second book in the series. She's going to be a very crucial character for what's to come. You realize that whatever's in that ship is alive. It's some kind of protoplasm or something like that.
Yeah, you see what it did to Julie.
Yeah, Julie was.
That's because she touched it.
Yeah, but now do homies having visions of Julie? Oh, you didn't see that yet. Oh, never mind.
Thomas Jane?
Yeah, aka Battlestar, almost Battlestar Galactica type visions. You know those like Baltar and number 6 visions. Yeah,
okay.
It's cool. I mean, but see, that's the season finale. It's only 10 episodes.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Season 2's got 13.
I mean, Battlestar. I mean, come on. I mean, sci-fi. I mean, you need to crack this thing out quick. I mean, that season 2 needs to come out like
2017,
April,
bro. 2017, no. Bro.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh.
They didn't expect it to be that big of a hit.
Oh, are you serious? Oh, they need to start filming season 2 and 3, and just back to back, and then cut it, because literally, I mean, that show is dope. I mean, think about it, right? In the show, they've shown us the belt. They've shown us Earth, some parts of Earth, aka New York, and then when they went to go visit his mom in Montana, right? They've not shown us a lick of Mars. They've not shown us the moon. They haven't shown us, people also live in on other planets too, but not other planets are on the moons of other planets. But the two bigger planets are Earth and
Mars.
And I think the moon is like a vacation resort.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
hey, I'm going to the moon.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it's definitely a great show. It's only 10 episodes. If you want to catch up, you can catch up now and suffer with us till next year when Expanse will come out at 2017. Because, oh my God, what is wrong with these people?
Yeah, I got one of my friends from my other chat into it. He was like, I'm skeptical with it. And then after episode 1, he's like, I fucking love this show.
Yeah, seriously, the show is a very thoughtful, slow grind. The music, the pacing, and then when you really look back at the episode you watch, you're like, you only told us one thing, literally one thing. So I'm thinking it's either one of the two things. I think the book is either short or the books are short. Because in Game of Thrones, one episode takes you through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but those books were big.
This book's big. So, I mean, I'm thinking that's the case here. Moving on to our next show, The Flash, which is also on Tuesday. Now, you had issues with this episode. I would say this is the episode that should have come up not last week, but the week before, after the Turtle episode, when they took Turtle's power. That should have been the continuation of the episode. That filler episode in between was wrong. It was just off altogether. I mean, I get it. I get what they're trying to do. I get that they're trying to milk, because I think what it is, I think the problem with Flash this season, to me, the episodes are fine. The problem with Flash is that they've probably renewed Flash for another season or 2. And now they're trying to find ways to fill it so that because they're probably trying to do the Zoom storyline much quicker, and now they've got an extension. They're like, all right, we need to fill it with something in between and then plan ourselves ahead, which is why you're getting episodes like this.
Dude, I mean, it was an okay episode. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was just there. The fact that Iris went to the underground racing scene dressed like a dumbass, that just did not fit her right.
No, it didn't. But I liked her brother's reaction. I see that was
the reaction was normal because. Yeah.
No, but that's the thing. That's to me. That's all good and right. He was like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" Kind of So to me, I was cool with that. What I liked about the episode was the fact that, for once, Barry felt that he could be stopped. As much as the episode had a lot of slowdowns, that scene where he couldn't catch the
little piece of glass that
glass.
for some odd reason kept Iris in the hospital for 2 fucking days.
Well, I mean, it depends. Though. If it depends on where it hits. If it's right here, you can hit the lung. And then
Dude, it hit the shoulder.
Hey,
it hit the shoulder.
Hey.
It hit the shoulder.
Okay, it hit the shoulder.
It hit the shoulder. The only thing I will give it is it maybe hit a major vein, and that's why. But other than that, it hit the goddamn shoulder. And it didn't even go that deep.
Wow. Look, Iris could be anemic. There's a bunch of other issues. Dude, stop it.
She reacted like she got shot. Oh!
The force of the
don't
glass.
Give me that crap, man.
The force of the glass was going at the speed of a bullet. Okay.
Yeah, and I can stop lightning.
All right. I mean, it was okay episode. I think what it is. I think he becomes the Flash at the end of the season. Wally. I think we get Wally West. To me, that's the Flash I grew up with, though. I didn't really love Barry Allen.
But I saw something a little while ago that the producer of the show says at some point we might have 3 Flashes on the show.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Okay. Because honestly, Jay Garrett is just a useless piece of shit.
Yeah. You know why? I'm telling you why Jay Garrett is a useless piece of shit. I think he or the other one is Zoom. That is why they're playing him so useless right now. I think
you know what? Here's something I saw on the internet the other day. Take out in Hunter Zolomon, take out the L, the N, and there was another letter, or I think it was the A. And what does it spell?
Zoom.
The Connection.
Yeah, but Hunter Zolomon is Zoom in the comic books either way. So hey, whoever went and wasted their time doing that, I mean.
But the problem with that is he's Earth 1 Hunter Zolomon.
You never know.
Dude, just give Jay Garrett back his speed so he could do something because he's useless.
Jackie says, I feel the actor who played Jay Garrett should have been Barry Allen. He should be Jay. He fits Jay. Like, to me, he fits Jay from the comic look and also just even like with his costume. I really think they're playing him down so that we've think about it. Everyone has been guessing, even though we've seen images of Barry, like Barry Allen is still Zoom. Like everyone is saying that.
No, I'm sticking with my gun, and I'm going to say it's his father.
No, I'm telling you it's Jay. All right, so you say it's dad, I say it's Jay. We'll see at the end of the season. Moving on to Arrow.
Oh God, that hosh-posh of bullshit. Dude, is it me or is Oliver becoming a whiny bitch?
You know what pisses me off with Arrow the most?
Please enlighten me.
It's not even the storyline. Like, I just watch it and I know there's going to be some foolishness in the storyline. It's the fight scenes have gotten so bad.
Oh, dude, I had an issue with Thea kicking Roy's butt. Thea should not be able to handle Roy.
I don't discount that. Roy probably didn't even want to fight, which is probably why let's call it that. Let's just put that aside. But it's not that. It's the way it looks. The camera angles are so wide, and then when you look at the shot, you're like, they're not even punching. And then I swear to God, whoever is doing the fight choreography for Arrow has moved on to DC Legends of Tomorrow. Because anytime I see her fight, what's the name again? White Canary. It looks fine for me. I'm like, oh, this is good. She
makes it look natural, unlike her sister.
No. I'm saying even like Arrow himself when he's fight. Remember that scene where they were all standing there, right? 3 of them by that bomb thing that the calculator put, and then he jumps down.
He took out that whole group, and it was like he didn't do nothing.
I was like,
I have to agree. His fighting style has taken a step backwards instead of forward.
Yeah,
I mean, that whole retreat to go cook freaking flaming youngs and all this other shit has really hurt him.
Nigel says Arrow sucks. I stopped watching a long time ago. Um,
And
Osman says P bro. Wow.
it
Look,
could be. It could be.
no, let me tell you what. No, let me tell you the problem with Arrow, and let me tell you the problem with the show. The problem is the guys who started Arrow run 3 shows now. Now, because of that, the main guy who started Arrow is doing Supergirl at this point, right?
Focusing on that.
Focus on that. They have not 3 shows; they have 4 shows. I apologize. They have Flash. He probably is doing Supergirl and crisscrossing with Legends of Tomorrow. They have Flash, who he started, but they had an early switch of showrunners last year. So the same person is running that. So you're not getting the same kind of concentration in Arrow anymore because it's an older show and it's meant to just carry on. The problem is it's losing its edge. Like, again, to me, if the story was bad, but you were giving me some cool fight scenes, I would go, okay, at least, I'm enjoying some part of it. But I'm watching the fight scenes are not great. Stories are terrible. I understand Thea's going to die. We know at this point, she's the person that's going to die. I think it's this person who kills her still. What's his name?
Daddy.
Huh?
Daddy?
No, not Daddy.
Damien?
Damon kills her. We know that. And Roy's going to come back. Yeah, we always knew that.
Please don't bring him. Don't bring MacGyver back.
Roy's going to come back as much as possible. But it's just not
need Roy back.
It's just not getting there. What it is that Vexen needs to come and they should just kill what's his name off, Laurel. And then we can just have a great show after that. Because you know what's gonna happen? Because look, seriously, if Arrow, if his sister dies and Laurel dies, he's gonna be very angry and he'll fight better. Case closed. See?
I love how last week there was no ramp, and this week they got a nice, perfectly functioning ramp.
Yeah, well, they had to build it. I mean, come on. I mean, yeah. So, Jonathan Jones says Arrow lacks a villain. Yes, it's Zoom, but he isn't there, and he needs to be at least in every episode. Oh, you mean Flash? Sorry. No. I mean, I think the Flash is fine. I think we're going to see it ramp up more, especially after he gave him a dose of Barry's speed. I think that's the point where we're going to start seeing more of that stuff. Plus, at least because now he's going to start sending more people. So or at least they're going to Earth 2, which we're going to see more villains on that side, which is always a good plus. Especially since we're going to see Killer Frost and what's his name?
Bonnie and Clyde.
Death something. I can't remember his name.
Deathstorm,
yes. They should step up the special effects and have deep storytelling. They also need to expand more of the other DC characters, which is why Vexen is coming. Trust me, if she does it, look, all right, Osman, you need to take it easy, man. If she does well, that's her own show. And another female-oriented show is good, especially one that if she follows the way it's been with the animated series, that's fine. I'm cool with the way the character is in the animated the seed episode web episodes. It's cool. So I think that would be good. And of course, the final and last show is DC Legends of Tomorrow.
I just finished watching that a little while ago.
Okay, what do you think?
It's funny. I love how they just walked into that bank in their 70s clothes.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. I see, but you get what they do in the show, right? See how they're cutting costs. Even though it's an expensive show, they spent 3 episodes in the 70s.
Pretty much, the 75, yeah.
Yeah. They're going to spend another, 3 episodes in the 80s. Watch.
You think so?
Yeah. They may go through 86, go 81, go back to 89, right? It's still the 80s.
I love Roy. I love Palmer's great parachute pants.
Yeah, no, I mean it's I like the dynamic they have there, especially with Sarah being the only woman, but one that's slightly off balance,
Hell yeah, boy, she was taking it to that wood.
and then you have the 2 scientists, you have the young boy who might be swayed by anybody at this point, agreed to be a getaway driver for a spaceship.
But I like the beginning when Rip goes, I've seen men of steel die and Dark Knights. What was that line again?
Dark Knight's Fall, yeah. I
So
mean, he said
those
that
are those
before.
quick little bam. I hit you with Superman and Batman.
Yeah, true. So it was one of those where, yeah, Captain Cold is on point though. See that there's a reason you needed to have him there, is because what's his name? The guy's a very good actor. I think he's a very good actor, and here's where he can shine and do little things, and even he understands he cannot change the time too much, or else he screw things over. But he still had to. He knew stealing the stuff was going to happen. But if you give it to his dad, maybe his dad wouldn't do this, and like all those kind of things where you can see the villains are still using their own their own common sense in there. Yeah. So yeah, it's a good show. Anything else you that stood out for you on the show?
The fights have been great.
Mm-hmm.
The story so far has been fun. Everybody's got their own little thing to do. I mean, you had the scientist and Ray save Kendra.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's been fun. I'm looking forward to seeing what we do with the 80s. I'm looking forward to going back to some 80s fashion.
Would it be cool if they could get somebody from the 80s that was famous, not famous anymore, it doesn't cost a lot of money, into the episode?
That would be fun.
There are a lot of people, though. I mean, there are a lot of, different people you could get, and it'll be like, this is cool. This is nice.
When they go to the 90s, they could go get Barry's dad.
Nigel Nicholson says, why does Marvel have better writers than DC? I don't think that's the case.
I don't think so.
If you're looking at TV shows,
Shield has gotten a lot better.
Shield has gotten a lot better. When you go to Netflix, I don't count that as the same, because when you go to, it's like saying if they were to do a DC show on HBO, it would be just as good or better. Because that's a different
where you put it. Yeah, it's different pay scales.
Yeah, different pay scales, different settings. So CW is considered the lowest almost in terms of scale. But most comic book fans will argue Flash is probably one of the best comic book TV shows out there. Now, a lot of people like Jessica Jones. I don't like it that much. It's a good show. I don't like it. I like Daredevil better. But again, it's what you put in terms of skill. Now, when it comes to movies, Marvel has had more movies. The new DC Cinematic Universe has only one movie. And of course, I like Man of Steel more than most Marvel movies, pretty much. But it would just be unfair.
That's comparison. Because you are a fanboy.
No, exactly. That's what I was saying. I was about to add that in there. But
to your defense, the Marvel villains have been weak with the exceptions of Loki.
Yeah, Marvel has, in terms of writing, Marvel writes their villains bad, in my point of view. Loki actually was saved because the character and Loki almost just the writing blended together. But so it's a mix. I think it's a mix. How would you guys feel about Birds of Prey on Netflix? Will never happen because WB and DC are looking to, first, W is looking to buy stake into Hulu. So we might actually see shows on Hulu, not on Netflix, which...
but if it's done right on Hulu, where they put some money into it and they give us all the episodes at once, I'd love it. But if I have to wait week to week to watch something, screw you. I'm out. You could just put it on network television.
Nigel said, if you look at the shows, I disagree. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was crap.
The first two seasons of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2 was better than Season 1. But it also had a lot of ups and downs in Season 2. Season 3 so far, the only issue I had with it was the mid-season finale, which was the poor editing that they did with that episode.
So no, I mean, Lou would tell you, I watched 2 episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
and then he would rip it.
And then the one connecting it to Captain America, and I was like, this is a garbage show. Garbage. Season 2, I didn't care for. I watched the last 2 episodes just to catch up. When Lou was like, "You gotta watch season 3, you gotta watch," and I watched. I'm like, "Oh, they've done a great job changing the writing staff." Like I said, if it's on Netflix, Netflix is a higher premium, so you're not gonna get the same kind of writing in there. Now, if any of those DC shows were to show up on HBO, it's a whole different ball game entirely.
Because it's different money, and
Yeah.
you're not restricted to network guidelines where Netflix ain't.
Yeah, put it this way: the best Marvel shows are on Netflix right now. That's just pretty much it. If you were to take a great show, one of the very good shows that we all love is Game of Thrones, put that on CBS, and you will hate that show.
That show would have been canceled probably after the
it
first season.
Maybe it would have been fun, but it wouldn't have been great. The most would have been fun. It wouldn't be great. So that's what you get with those levels. That's why I said it's more of a difference. That's why when someone's watching Supergirl, people ask me, I was like, I had to sit down and say Supergirl is meant to be a very light show. So you got to watch it that way. In comparison to, it's like comparing Supergirl to Jessica Jones. A lot of people were comparing them. I'm like, no, you shouldn't compare.
There's no comparison.
But the funny thing is that between the two characters, if I were to say which character do I like, not because I like Superman, because Supergirl to me is written better than Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones did a lot of dumb stuff, in my point of view, in comparison. But as a show, Jessica Jones was a better produced and better done show in terms of production.
Oh, you have a point there, Jonathan, because they can't touch the main characters.
Main advantage Marvel has is the depth of characters they have, a full roster plus some, while DC is working with limited characters. They're
playing with the B Squad, and Marvel's B Squad seems to be a little bit better than DC's B Squad.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Which okay. It's not. I don't think it's the B Squad. I think it's just because you're writing it on Netflix. It doesn't matter. If they took Arrow and put it on Netflix, it would be so dark.
Oh, and that would be great.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't matter. It's just because you're putting it on.
They would have killed Laurel by now.
Yeah, people we didn't like would have been gone. That's why I mean that it's not.
She would have died in season 2.
Either she would have died, or I mean, like again, and Speedy, the true Roy Harper, would be a badass. But that's just how it is because you're not putting
zipping down a line like MacGyver.
Yeah, you're not doing it on a network like that. Jackie says, since you loved Man of Steel, what do you think of the Kent family? I know some had a major problem with the characterization. My only thing with the Kent family was one thing. I would agree with most people is that I know they wanted to do something different, but Superman should have saved his father. He should have just died of a heart attack. That was the one thing. They just
look, he was going to die either way, whether it's a tornado or a heart attack. He's going to bite the dust.
Yeah, no. But the thing is that for moviegoers, it doesn't come off as believable when he can go out there quickly, pretend like he's lost in the wind, and still save his father. That's why. I mean, that's why, because a lot of Superman, even comic book fans, will complain that the reason they liked him dying of a heart attack is because that is one thing he could not stop. He can stop a lot of things.
Okay, if you're putting it in that point, then yes, you can't stop a heart attack.
Yeah. So that's the one thing that I think I agree. But in terms of like Mark Kent saying, you don't owe them anything. That's my mother. Like, that's how my mom is. So I'm fine with that. I'm cool because you know what? A mother who loves their child will want to. And I get all this characterization of like, Park Kent saying maybe you shouldn't have saved them, or I mean, he wasn't trying to tell his son not to, but he cares about his son and his son's safety. So I love this characterization because that's realistic. Whether it's comic book world or real world, it's just, to me, it's what a lot of parents would do. Same thing with when Zod was with his mom and he flew in and he's like, you think you could throw him out? And people are like, oh, he flew through stuff. I'm like, no, if somebody came to my mother like that and I had to, you're finished. I would probably just blown all of them up there by then. So to me, I love this characterization because that was very raw. That's the kind of emotion that most people, if If you love your parents, by the way, then that's what happened. So, for me, that's what it was. Nigel said, is DC more conservative when it comes to licensing their characters than Marvel? No. DC shows on every network. DC has...
Once again, we got that sorry-ass wannabe Gotham show, which it's all the villains of Gotham, but no Batman. Get the hell out of here with that bullshit.
I think Gotham is one of those things where they regret and don't regret at the same time. They regret because that's one of the first ones that licensed out first, right? And they they probably thought it would have a limited run in a sense, but the show is doing well in ratings where you're like, we're making money, but
I mean, all the villains are like 20 years older than Batman. Get the heck out of here.
Jonathan Jones says yes. Jonathan Jones, would it help with writing? Yes, but not popularity. I'm not sure exactly where that statement's from, but I think it's just a matter of where you put it. Like any TV show you have, take Lucifer for example, that I don't like. Right?
That's a DC, on Netflix. Ooh,
Lucifer is a DC comic book. It's not just because they want to write something about the devil or Lucifer. It's actually based off a DC comic book.
Vertical line.
Yeah, Vertigo. But if you put that on HBO, Showtime, Netflix, that would be a completely different show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
not restrained.
Exactly. So that's the thing you have to have when you're looking at where it goes. Nigel Nicholas says the only DC movies that doesn't suck is Dark Knight Trilogy. Dark Knight Trilogy was great. Now I can destroy the third movie badly for you if I want to, because there was so many inconsistencies in that one.
It has its moments.
Yeah, but I mean, to me the only DC movies that sucked are Superman 4. Definitely do not see that. Superman Returns, and Green Lantern. Those are the three. Now, if you want to talk about Marvel movies that sucked,
hold on, man. Hold on, dude. You're forgetting about
Catwoman. Yes.
God, I wasn't even going to talk about that abomination.
Which other one?
We're talking about after Tim Burton's Batman's. All them shit sucked.
Oh yeah. God, this was the ones where I try to block out of my mind. Those two. Those two. Those two
Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
everyone.
So
please.
So 6. Now, if I was talking about Marvel movies, I think sucked. The first Hulk.
But it's not in the timeline, so it don't count.
I know you cut it. You cut out. I'm just saying Marvel movie. Superman 4 is not part of any timeline. It's still a DC movie. It sucked.
God, Superman 4 sucked.
Marvel. To me, Iron Man 2. Actually, no, I'll save 2. Iron Man 3 sucked. They destroyed Mandarin. I don't care what anybody says. That movie was terrible. Daredevil, yes, thank you very much. This is the one that was not good.
I didn't mind it.
The one that to me is borderline suck was Thor 2. Was borderline.
It was okay. The Dark Elf was weak. They used him really weak.
The story, all around story was weak in that one altogether. But I mean, Marvel's done a better job in their movies. They've got a tighter rein on it. I feel DC's main problem is just what?
You went out for a quick second.
Oh, I feel DC's main problem is just they don't have the characters to compete with Marvel. No, DC does. You just haven't seen the characters yet. Remember, you have to look at it this way. You've been dealing with Marvel movie characters. Batman alone on its own was handling Marvel for 3 movies, by the way. And then we just got Superman. We're getting Wonder Woman. Once that comes up, Electro movie. Oh my God, do not remind me of that.
To Jackie's question, after the 2 Justice Leagues are released and successful, I think Justice League Dark will be greenlit. If Suicide Squad is a hit,
Justice League Dark
is coming.
Justice League Dark right now is in pre-production. It's not like it's not done. It's in pre-production, and it just everything just ties with how well not Justice League 1 and 2, just how much money B versus S will make. If B versus S gets like 900 to $1 billion,
every movie's going to be made.
Comic-Con, you're going to hear Man of Steel 2, Batman movie, Justice League Dark, Birds of Prey is probably going to have a movie. And
Teen
then
Titans.
no, not Teen Titans, not yet. And
You don't
then
think so?
no, Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. I swear they
Oh, but
want.
that's going to be their buddy cop movie.
Yeah, that's a buddy cop movie. They want that. Not be, I mean, a lot of people say it's because you're copying Ant-Man. And yeah, of course, to a certain degree, Ant-Man inspired that. But if you read a Booster Gold and Blue Beetle comic book, if you can find one and read it, the dialogue was so good. So good in that. It's the funniest thing you read. So it's one of those things I'll say, as long as Beavis S gets to that like 900 million, everything is just like, even before Comic-Con, you might hear just start rumblings like, ooh, Man of Steel 2 is probably one of the ones that you can easily throw out there that people, because you don't want to mention anything else. And then come Comic-Con, you're going to hear a lot of things. Nigel said, yes, Mandarin character was destroyed in Iron Man 3, but the movie was enjoyable. No, it wasn't. I mean, I guess, I mean, for me, it's one of those things where when you destroy a big part of a movie, which is the villain, and also of the mythos of a character, which is Iron Man, his greatest villain is Mandarin. To me, it just destroys the whole movie.
But like I've always said, you couldn't use Mandarin's true natures because of what's been going on with the world, and I don't think Marvel wants to explore terrorism to that degree.
But you were throwing that in the movie already. Then you made it a joke. That was my problem. I mean, not because the Mandarin is not an Asian guy. Mandarin could be a myth, right? But if like I felt that this person was going to be Mandarin. What's his name?
Sir Ben Kingsley?
No, not Ben Kingsley. The other guy. The last guy he fought. I've forgotten his name now. He was in Memento. But he was like, I am the Mandarin. I'm like, you're just calling yourself the Mandarin now as a myth. You ruined the character. And I just went, toss this movie out. I don't care. Because I wasn't afraid of anything anymore. Like, you took something serious, then you made it a joke, then you try to make it serious again. And I'm like, really, dude, stop it, forget. Thank you very much, Grand Fighter 3. All these Beavis trailers ruined the hype for me. Not for me at all. Not for me. Because I know, I mean, like, look, I know the storyline from this movie from the very first day I started seeing leaks. I've read so many comic books, I can most likely guess. But I don't think it's ruined it. Thank you very much, Guy Pierce. Nigel says, Marvel movies that you say suck are still better than more enjoyable than DC movies, except for Dark Knight trilogy. No, Man of Steel is better than all of them, except the first Avengers. Avengers 2 was terrible. Nah, I'm just joking. It was enjoyable. Avengers was enjoyable, but it really was a letdown more than anything else. It was a letdown.
I had more fun watching Avengers 2 on mute than I did with the volume up.
Wow. See, that's even worse than I said. That was him. Imagine destroying the Joker in UK. That's not cool. Yeah, I agree. If the Joker did not come off right in Dark Knight, the Dark Knight, that movie would have sucked. That's what to me. I mean, I'm coming, guys. Remember, I'm coming from the fact that I've read all these comic books growing up. So for me, it's annoying to see characters like that just get destroyed. Jackie says, "Who do you think is the dead Robin?" Oh, of course, that's Jason Todd. No one else. This is Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder does not mess with comic mythos. The man knows his comic books well. So when people complain that, in Man of Steel, Superman, didn't save people. Remember, this Superman for one day, actually, no, 12 hours, right? Or something like that, short period of time. So he doesn't know how to. This is not the evolutionary jump you get in the movies. So, but I think it will be Jason Todd because that's the only Robin that died. And you can create a great storyline, especially with, what's the rumored Batman movie that they're coming up with?
Under the Red Hood.
Under the Red Hood storyline will be used for the Batman standalone movie. If you haven't watched that, go download it and watch Under the Red Hood. It is an absolute fantastic story, focusing on Jason Todd, Batman, Joker, a bunch of other villains in there. And I think it would be a great movie to have to do a standalone Batman movie in there. Yeah. Any more questions, guys? I'm going to round up because I'm have to get ready and head
Okay.
out pretty soon.
Since you pulled back on the last Witch Hunter review, what did you actually think of this hogposh?
Okay, so we're going to do we're going to start off like a Tuesday quick segment, 10 minutes of reviewing movies or DVDs that are coming out because they come out on Tuesdays. And I watched the last Witch Hunter and I canceled in the last minute. That movie is not a. I mean, it's not. Look, if you can catch it on TV, that's cool. But if you're trying to rent it, don't even do that. Don't buy it.
I told you, it was a dumb, fun movie.
It was too dumb, not fun enough for me. That's my problem with that movie.
Bro, that movie, in my eyes, I would rent it and I would buy it. But I would only buy it if it was on sale.
I would look, wait for it to come out on TV.
And the reason being because I'm a movie collector.
Yeah. Just wait for it to come out. That's all I gotta say. I don't even want to spend time going in too deep on that. Funny Toys video says, have you read and enjoyed The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller? Yeah, read it. Absolutely love it. Also watched the animated ones, the animated movies that came out. So I just got Dark Knight 3. I haven't started it yet. I'm reading Superman volume is this Superman volume 1? I just haven't started yet. I have a couple of comic books.
Is this the one with Superman's new power?
No, not yet. No. I mean, see, the new powers are old powers. Let me put it this way. Everything that's new has been done in the Silver Age in terms of some of these power sequences. So it's really not that new. Jackie, what's the one thing you pray to God that they do in BVS? What would I definitely want to see? I actually want to see Superman beat the crap out of Batman, but that's not going to happen. The one thing I would love to see though, if they take it, this is from a comic book, Lex Luthor, Man of Steel, where it's all from Lex Luthor's point of view. Great comic book by Brian Azzaro. Definitely check it out. The storyline basically is Lex is basically talking about how Superman is, it's a nuisance. He basically limits the growth of man because everybody sees him as a god and almost you cannot evolve yourself. You can't move forward.
He is a god.
But this is Lex, man. Remember, this is Lex is thinking. And Lex is trying to tell Bruce Wayne that, look, we need to stop this threat. And Bruce is like, because Lex is trying to get some kryptonite because Bruce has some kryptonite. So I think Bruce is in town and Bruce goes out as Batman. And I can't remember exactly how this happens, but Batman is like on the rooftop here, and then Superman is here, and he's flying in. Superman sees Batman. Batman has kryptonite on him, by the way. He sees him like literally it's a mile away, almost. Superman uses his breath from wherever and does a huge gush of wind, blows Batman off. As Batman is tumbling, he quickly flies in and does this. Cracks 3 ribs, breaks a leg. The next day, Bruce Wayne sends kryptonite to Lex Luthor. But that's how the fight should end. I mean, I saw that. I was like,
okay,
yes.
I was about to say, where the hell you getting this info? This sounds like some fan-made shit.
No, I mean, it's called Lex Luthor, Man of Steel. It was a short fight, and like Superman just took him out completely. And that's the kind.
Superman wasn't that smart.
Yeah, I mean, but Superman doesn't. He's always written to stop and pose, and I mean, I get that because you put in the fact that he's very strong, but he's not a proud character. He's not filled with pride. He's a proud character, but he's not filled with pride. So he's not the kind of person that's dumb. But that I know it won't happen. But it'll be fun to see at least some version. So hopefully, when they go, when he goes, I could kill you already. Some of that in that scene.
I think that's going to be the end credit scene.
No, it's the nightmare.
And they're going to do an end credit scene that's probably going to tie in more Justice League with Darkseid.
Now, if you guys, a lot of people are saying maybe that's too much, all that. Where does that come from? That scene is something that, no, we're not going to see Darkseid at all. Funny toy video. You're going to see the Omega symbol. You're going to see Superman. That vision he's having is a vision of what Darkseid wants. If you read the comic books, or even if you watch Superman animated series, there's a 2-part episode where Darkseid somehow beats Superman, takes him back to Apokolips, brainwashes him, and sends Superman back to take over the Earth, which is pretty much what that vision is that Batman is seeing. That's why you have the guys with the Superman logo. And I think they even had the Superman crest on them. I'm not sure. I have to go back and take a look at the cartoon, but it's in there. Like, all the stuff you're seeing is in the mythos. So as far as I'm concerned, as long as you do stuff in the mythos, I'm cool. If Mandarin was that stupid in the mythos, yeah, sure. But he wasn't. So therefore, it's out the window. That's just me. That's how I am. I'm like, if that's what it is in the comic book or the novel, I'm cool. All right, guys, that is it. I have to head out soon anyway. Thank you very much for joining us. We have 2 giveaways. I'll put the links in the comments for you. First giveaway is the weekly. We've got 4 prizes there, some really cool stuff. And then that's open to everyone internationally. Second giveaway is through Comcast. It's open to those in the US, Canada, and Puerto Rico. You can win either an iPad Air, Bose speaker, color speaker, as well as Call Candy headphones. So thank you very much, Lou, for joining us as usual. You can follow Lou there. It's at Mr_Rod76 on Twitter. And of course, myself, it is Bored at Work on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. So yeah, thanks. And catch us tomorrow for the weekly 12 p.m. Always enjoy your entertainment. Where's the star? Where's the